So a question came up about our use of terms and categories on the Himalayan Art Resources website. And it's with reference to the three main subjects, topics that we choose to divide all of the art into. So the first is art history, second is iconography, and the third is religious context. Now, for religious context, what we're doing is we're looking at the objects first. We're looking at sculpture, we're looking at paintings, some ritual objects, we're looking at site locations, some architecture, such as stupas or very important historical monasteries. So the purpose of a religious context on Har is primarily to distinguish between the principal religious traditions of Buddhism, Hinduism, Yungdrung Bon, and also some small various tribal groups that have some unique kind of religious or spiritual identity. Now, there's a tremendous amount of overlap between religious context with art history and with iconography. With these different religious traditions, they all have unique iconography. They have unique symbols to each one, such as the trident for the Shaivism, Hindu Shaiva practice. The trident is unique to Shiva. The Vajra scepter is unique to Vajrayana Buddhism. The Yungdrung is unique to the Bon religion, and then there's various different tribal symbols, such as we have very early Tibetan ones, such as the spindle representing the woman, and we have the arrow representing the man. Then also we have different architectural designs that are unique, very distinct between the different religious traditions. But then we also have chronology, and chronology very much is a way to measure the different types of painting styles or sculpture styles. And chronology and looking at objects through chronology is very much an art history kind of discipline, technique. Now, in terms of regions are also very much art history, fall under art history. So there's a lot of overlap between these three topics, subjects: religious context, iconography, and art history. So with the religious context, also, it's very important to be able to distinguish Shaiva from Vaishnava, from Shakta, from something else. And it's very important to be able to distinguish the Himalayan and Tibetan Buddhist schools, the Drukpa Kagyu of Bhutan, as opposed to the Drukpa Kagyu of Ladakh, or the Drukpa Kagyu of Central Tibet, or the Drukpa Kagyu of Kham. Basically, there's upper, middle, and lower Drukpa Kagyus, for example. But distinguishing between Sakya, Kagyu, Nyingma, Gelug, Jonang, Bodong, Surmang Kagyu. There's many differences, and then the historical teachers who are related to all of these different traditions have to be looked at from a religious context point of view, not easily identified necessarily by iconography. Now, in terms of iconography, for religious context, it's not so important to know all of the different varieties of Avalokiteshvara or Tara or Hevajra or Kalachakra. That falls much more into iconography because of the complexity and the degree of difference can be quite great. So all of that is within the specialized field of iconography. But religious context is very important. All three of these subjects work together. So I just want to clarify that just a little bit based on a question that came in. You can press the like button, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon, and you can also make a donation on the Himalayan Art Resources homepage.